rights. And I definitely told the governor of Central Bank he shouldn't give assent to anybody importing food.
Stop issuance of forex to saboteurs of food security program. President Buhari directs Apex Bank.
We plan to go to the Mambela site for technique investigation.
Great expectations of light at the end of the tunnel for power sector as Chinese investors inspect Mambila Hydro.
I wouldn't let anybody say she's left-handed, that's why she failed. So with that at the back of my mind, I make sure that I do much more than what other people are giving out.
Plus, uniqueness and difference of the left-handed receive global attention. Hello, good evening, happy holiday, and thanks for joining us on the Network News tonight. I'm Joseph Johnson. Reading with me tonight also is Hingunu John Adams in Lagos and Naomi Aboku in Maiduguri. Well, let's start from Daura, where President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the Central Bank of Nigeria to desist from issuing foreign exchange to individuals or groups identified to be sabotaging the nation's food security program through the importation of rice and other food items into the country. The president gave the warning while receiving members of Progressive's Governors Forum on Salah Homage. He also ordered more drastic measures against smuggling activities. State House correspondent Adam Musambo has details.
The Progressive Governors Forum, led by its chairman, Governor Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi State, was at the Daura residence of the president to felicitate with the Nigerian leader on the successful Eid al-Kabir celebrations. The governors used the opportunity to thank the president for not only supporting them in discharging their responsibilities, but also the trust and confidence reposed in them. They pledged to never let him down and invariably their people in the execution of their mandate.
We want to use this opportunity to commend you for the bold and courageous steps you have taken to create a society that works for the majority. And in so doing, you have taken risks that have not been taken before. But the results are all evident today. We are a more secure nation than we were in 2015. We are more prosperous, the economy is picking up and working for the majority, and this is in no small measure as a result of the steps you have taken.
We have our own duty in order to complement your efforts as your field commanders. We promise not to shirk our responsibilities in that regard, because we know that our party is being looked upon as the one with the duty to deliver on a whole range of funds. And challenges notwithstanding, we are grateful that you have led us purposefully in the number of years that you have been in charge.
President Buhari, who thanked the governors for the honor done to him by their visit, takes pride in the achievements recorded by his administration so far in tackling the nation's fundamental challenges. He promised to leave no stone unturned towards guaranteeing sustainable future for the country. The president is in particular delighted that Nigeria has virtually achieved the desired food security, and agriculture is now a truly paying business for all.
We hardly import any rice, and I definitely told the governor of Central Bank he shouldn't give assent to anybody importing food. And here we are saving hundreds of millions of dollars, not naira.
President Muhammadu Buhari used the opportunity to make it clear that portfolios are yet to be assigned the ministers designate, which can be done based on merit after their induction program and oath-taking ceremony. From Daura, Adam Musambo, NTA News.
Still in Daura, President Muhammadu Buhari says the best Salah gift he would like to receive from any public servant is the resolve to discharge assigned responsibilities diligently with a sense of patriotism and conscience towards ensuring that the next level agenda bequeaths worthy legacies for posterity. The president stated this while receiving various government officials and other interest groups on traditional Salah homage in Daura. He promised to remain steadfast in fighting for the poor. Again, State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
Amongst those who paid Salah homage on the president were the Deputy Senate President Ovi Omo Agege and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa. Some ministers designate chief executive officers of some critical organs of government and other personalities also stood to be counted. President Muhammadu Buhari told his guests that being in the last lap of his administration, nothing will be left to chance in his determination to bequeath a peaceful, stable and prosperous Nigeria for generations yet unborn. This, he said, can only be achieved if government officials discharge their duties properly and with high sense of responsibility in line with the ideals of the next level agenda. Some of the visitors to Daura spoke to NTA News.
Going forward, the National Assembly, most especially the Senate, that we're ready to provide the enabling environment for the content of the next level agenda to be implemented.
As his foot soldiers and lieutenants in the various offices, we will continue to do our best to ensure that we create an enabling environment for him to be able to deliver on the dividends of democracy he has promised the people of this country.
Appointing me as a minister is enough for me to make sure that any trust that is given to me, I deliver it 100%. I believe that we will do our best and we will not disappoint him.
The very huge task that he has placed on our hands, we will deliver it to the end. We are right on course, and inshallah, within the shortest frame of time, we will deliver on all the promises that we made.
President Muhammadu Buhari also played host to various interest groups in Daura Emirate led by Yusuf Bello Mai Adua. Alhaji Mai Adua, alongside the youth and women leaders in the area, appreciated the president for his efforts at dismantling national development obstacles for sustainable growth and development of the country. They were particularly delighted with the recent approval for the establishment of a federal polytechnic in Daura, the Back to Learn initiative, as well as the rescue of Magajingarin Daura from abductors.
We will continuously support him in the aspect of taking Nigeria to the next level. What we need is prayer.
President Muhammadu Buhari, who commended the people for their trust and confidence in his leadership and the governing APC, promised to remain steadfast in meeting genuine aspirations of the country. The fight against insecurity, corruption, as well as the economic diversification drive he maintained will continue to be pursued with vigor as a deliberate attempt at taking Nigeria to the next level. More messages of goodwill and support are still pouring into Daura. From Daura, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
And Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, has called on politicians to differentiate between politics and governance and also support government for even development. The Sultan was speaking when he led his council members and other traditional rulers in the state on Salah homage to Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal at the government house in Sokoto. Abdul Rahman Usman Jibrila reports.
The Sultan said it is now time to come together and support policies and programs of government for the development of the country. The Sultan reminded leaders of the need for every stakeholder to play his role in the governance process. He called for more ways of creating opportunities, especially among youth, to be self-reliant. The Sultan assured of their continued support and cooperation in ensuring peace, unity, and love among Nigerians. Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal commended the Sultan's role in strengthening and preaching peace across the country. He called for more support from the traditional and religious institutions towards ending the current insecurity across the country. Governor Tambuwal said currently the state government is working with Indonesia towards implementing youth and women empowerment programs to reduce restiveness. He commended the role of the Sultanate Council in the areas of health, education, zakat and endowment, and fight against polio and other childhood killer diseases. The Sultan was accompanied on the visit by his senior councillors and all 86 district heads across Sokoto State. In Sokoto, Abraham Usman Jibrila, NTA News.
A bit on politics now. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress and former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomhole, and his successor, Governor Godwin Obaseki, say there is no infighting within them. They stated this in an interview with newsmen after a closed-door meeting at the country home of the APC national chairman. Goodluck Inaini reports that they were there on a Salah visit.
The meeting lasted about 2 hours, and both parties briefed the press on the outcome.
Every now and then, from time to time, we have always been meeting. So why will you say it's unusual?
So what do you say about this?
So it's people like you that are speculating. Even now you are speculating. What is unusual that my brother and I have met, and many people I work with, there is no new face here. And yet for you it's unusual. Thank you very much.
We just finished celebrating the former national chairman in Benin, and we decided to come here and also visit with him. So there's nothing unusual. We're celebrating our leaders.
The governor was accompanied on the Salah homage by other top officials of the State Executive Council and some party leaders. From Iyamo, good luck in Aini, NTA News.
There are high hopes for commencement of work on the Mambila hydropower plant in Gembu, Taraba State, following a visit of Chinese experts on investigation to the state. Joseph Zana Gambo reports that the team also met with Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku to intimate him on the mission.
This visit by this team from the Exim Bank of China on an inspection to the site for the construction of the much-anticipated $6 billion Mambila hydropower project will no doubt rekindle the hope of the people of the state and Nigerians 35 years after conception. The federal government had on the 5th of September 2018 signed an agreement with the Export and Import Bank of China, who is to provide 85% funding for the project. The team leader, Gan Yongzi, informed Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku that the inspection visit to the dam site is an effort towards the successful takeoff of the project and seeks support operation.
We plan to go to the Mambila site. We hope can get from Your Excellency and the Taraba people, Taraba government support.
Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku said the Mambila hydropower project, when completed, holds great potentials for the state and assured of his administration's support throughout their stay for the successful completion of the assignment.
I will also ask my staff here to follow you.
Thank you, sir.
And we will also arrange security for you to go to Mambila.
Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku expressed hope that the visit will lay to rest the long delay in the takeoff of the project. In Jalingo, Joseph Zanagambo, NTA News.
Nigeria Army operationalizes mines-resistant anti-ambush vehicles. Details when we return.
Follow, follow! Kitty, kitty. Oh, baby. He doesn't want overripe things. Dudu by nature. Black is beautiful. Oh, talk to the hand. The baby is black. Ask her. Uche, quickly send me the baby video.
Okay, ma.
Yeah, he's playing. Oh, my goodness. He's loving it. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Bye.
Data is oxygen. Glow 4G, the new speed of life. Your #1 4G network nationwide. The very best from Glow, the grandmasters of data.
Can your milk do this?
Can your milk do this? Mine can.
With Hollandia evaporated milk, your ice cream, custards, and variations of beverages taste pleasantly different. Hollandia evaporated milk. Life tastes different.
Bayes University is a fully licensed university operating since 2011 and has grown to have 32 accredited programs in 6 faculties. This includes computer and applied sciences, management and social sciences, engineering, environmental sciences, law, and basic medical sciences. The university also offers postgraduate programs and foundation courses in a conducive learning environment with modern teaching facilities and high-quality national and international staff. Bayes University graduates have either progressed into respectable career positions or have obtained postgraduate degrees from different parts of the world with distinctions. Call or visit www.bayesuniversity.edu.ng. Bayes University, Abuja. Learn to live.
Keep your white fabrics glowing whiter, your home sparkling and free from germs with Hypo. Make a dazzling impression every time and let your whites speak for you.
My wife. Any other wife is a counterfeit.
Oh, Mama.
Hypo. Endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Now available in Lime Breeze.
Mommy is ready to receive me a bundle of joy. Mommy is making my home cleaner and safer. We are Dettol sure. Daddy is home. He must be germ-free. He needs to be Dettol sure. My clothes are so nice. We are Dettol sure.
Illnesses can happen at home too. That's why Dettol and me together will make my baby's home safe and to protect from up to 100 illness-causing germs. That's why moms want to be Dettol sure.
We are Dettol sure.
Does Pig now have Pig 456?
Yes, Mom.
Why does she have her own milk?
Mama, she's still growing, especially her brain. She needs the right nutrients to help her grow strong and smart.
90% of brain development happens in the first 5 years of life. Like plants need certain nutrients to grow, kids need the right nutrients to grow up strong and smart. Peak 456 with DHA is specially formulated for children 4 to 6 years old to support brain development. Get them ready for what's ahead with Peak 456 with DHA to help them grow up strong and smart.
Now available in new pack and 16-gram sachet.
Ebonyi State Government, in partnership with World Bank under the Better Education Service Delivery for All BESTA, is offering scholarship to all out-of-school children of ages 5 to 15, primary and secondary basic education level. Consequently, the state government invites all parents and guardians whose children and wards are out of school, including those who are maids and domestic helps, to, as a matter of urgency, return to the state and be part of the scholarship scheme. Please note, defaulters to this directive will be severely punished according to the law. Also, the government invites stakeholders and the public to the launch of BESTA program slated as follows. Date 19th August 2019. Time 12 noon. Venue Executive Chamber, Government House at Bakaliki. For more information, call 0803-825-4177, 0803-6224-111, or 0803-890-0806, or email ssgebonyistate@gmail.com, or visit www.ebonyi.gov.ng. Signed, Mbazu Shulamite Nenna. BESTA focal person, Subeb.
You're still watching NTA Network News with me, Joseph Johnson. Let's turn to security matters now. The Nigerian Army has operationalized the newly acquired mines resistance anti-ambush protected vehicles in Maiduguri, Borno State. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details of the event performed by the representative of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukuru Buratai.
These are the 4 recently acquired, locally produced mines resistance anti-ambush patrol vehicle. This ceremony indicates their full induction into the ongoing counter-insurgency operations in the Northeast.
Today's induction ceremony is a boost to our operational capability to decisively prosecute the ongoing counter-terrorism operations. MRAP vehicles offer increased firepower, enhanced force protection against small arms, as well as improves lift capability.
These armored combat vehicles are meant for the Nigerian Army Special Forces. The Special Forces, the most feared elite unit of the Nigerian Army, highly mobile, trained to strike with precision, have silently but effectively supported most successful operations in the Northeast.
The provision of this highly desired instrument of insertions will spur the command to ensure that the remnants of these bandits called Islamic State in West African province, or Boko Haram as they call themselves, are swept out of Nigeria's territory sooner than later.
Additional 5 of these combat vehicles are expected in the next 4 weeks. The visiting representative of the Chief of Army Staff also had lunch with the Special Forces troops as part of the Salah celebration. From Maiduguri, Borno State, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
In line with the federal government's resolve to use education as a tool for socio-economic development, Governor Udom Emmanuel has inaugurated a 23-man central planning committee to organize an education summit before the commencement of the next school session. Susan Asuko reports that the summit is to focus on human capacity building for sustainable transformation of the society.
Inaugurating the committee, Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Emmanuel Ekuwem, said the Education Summit has become imperative, considering the falling standards and deficiencies in the present education system in the state and the country in general. While explaining the need for the summit, Dr. Ekuwem noted that it is part of Governor Udom Emmanuel's promise of changing the mindset of young graduates from aiming at white-collar jobs after graduation, as well as reviewing school curriculum to accommodate vocational subjects.
The new era is you graduating from college or from university or from polytechnic or college of education, as the case may be, and you become gainfully employed. You know what you can earn, you can create your own job.
The Education Summit, which will hold before the beginning of the next school session, will focus on productive parenting, career path and success of citizens, competencies and skills, appropriate syllabus and curriculum for economic development, among others. The committee has the SSG as chairman, while Commissioner for Education, Commissioner for Science and Technology as members. Susan Asuko, News.
The advancement of youth-based policies has been identified as necessary to develop entrepreneurial skills among young Nigerians and make them self-reliant. This was the position of guests on Good Morning Nigeria. Butua Miller completes the story.
It's a common knowledge that youths in Nigeria constitute substantial parts of the nation's demography. This perhaps necessitated the formulation of policies aimed at empowering them to become meaningful citizens. Guests on Good Morning Nigeria, while discussing investing in youths, called for the review of youth's policies.
Investing in young people requires very deliberate steps to be taken, especially to invest in human capital development. Human capital development being health and education.
You should be conscious of, one, the capacity of the youth in whom you are investing, the passion of the youth in whom you are investing, and 3, his zeal. Is he ready to run in that path before you channel resources?
Guests emphasized the need for leaders to imbibe the culture of mentorship. They describe youths as the determinant of success in any society.
Should be able to measure and evaluate policies in short-term period, mid-term period, and long-term period, so that anyone that we're supposed to phase out, we should phase them out.
Those youth with passion, like he has mentioned, who want to go to school, those with passion that want to engage into vocational skill, those with passion into other field of life, should be able to identify and then place in different positions.
They called for the introduction of special scholarship for the youths, in addition to involving them in the formulation of development policies. Education, the guest said, is critical in achieving success in any investment for the youths. In Abuja, Butua Miller, NTA News.
An advocacy group, Center for Youth in Sustainable Development, has gathered a number of youths in Port Harcourt to x-ray the push factors to youth indulgence in cultism and possible way out of the menace. Kinsley Amajiri reports that the event, which had panel discussion segment, is in commemoration of the 2019 International Youth Day.
The organizers of this youth program focused attention on addressing the menace of cultism in educational institutions in Nigeria. The global theme for this year is Transforming Education, In Rivers State, the concerns are that cultism is fast assuming intractable dimensions, cutting across various facets of the education sector.
We decided to put together this event. We have in attendance student union leaders who we've brought together to talk about this menace, to find a lasting solution.
The panelists, among whom are some victims of court-related incidents, examine the factors that stimulate students' indulgence in cultism and possible ways of addressing them.
There is no ideology driving these people to join what they are joining right now.
Today, cultism and corruption have taken over the society, and this is not done by our elders, it's done by the youth.
Beyond the issue of cultism in educational institutions, the need to nip in the bud traces of cult clashes and killings in some communities in the state were also highlighted, with security agencies enjoined to step up their game while the elites strive to discourage tendencies that support such nefarious attitudes in the larger society. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
There are indications that Nigerian entrepreneurs may soon have the vital resources to enable them contribute their quota to national development. Well, this is because attention is shifting to not just acquiring skills, to being adequately mobilized and integrated into the fabric of the society. Two books entitled Transcend the Limit and How to Prevail were presented to the public to support the cause. In spite of Nigeria's abundant human and material resources, as well as the economic policies of both past and present governments, the drive for local and foreign investments, those who know say, will not achieve much, except there is a deliberate improvement in the skills and productivity of the nation's workforce, which are largely constituted by the youths. This is the idea author of the books Transcend the Limit and How to Prevail, Stanley Ike, is advocating to ensure that young Nigerians are no more victimized by socio-economic difficulties.
No situation that is too bound for you to remain where you are. So transcend the limit, the semi-limitation of your environment, of your society, of your deficiency, of mediocrity, transcend the limit.
If you have a mindset of being an entrepreneur, there's some books that don't give you an insight of what it is, but this book gives you an insight of what needs to be done, what goes in towards entrepreneurship. It's more like a practical approach.
So we need to leave the now and start investing in tomorrow. Now, how do you invest in tomorrow? You need to actually focus on what potentials these young entrepreneurs have.
The book presentation is a build-up activity towards marking the 2019 International Youth Day. While different speakers applaud the advocacy, the question is, will the derogatory notion that if you want to hide something from a Nigerian, put it in a book prevail? Or will these thoughts captured in these books find their way to the target audience and eventually implemented? Now, there was a time when being left-handed was regarded as odd and disrespectful in some cultures, but today the world celebrates the uniqueness and difference of left-handed persons in a predominantly right-handed world. Benny Adams takes us through the experiences of some of these special persons.
Olua Tobi Tijani is a hairstylist at Wuse Market in Abuja. She uses her left hand to do her duties. She shares her experiences surviving in a world dominated by right-handers.
My teacher noticed I was left. They called my mom for parents-teachers meeting and told her. And she's like, okay, let them try. Then they now called another meeting again. And the teacher is like, she too, she tried though, and they couldn't stop me.
Oluwatobi is among 10 to 15% of the world's population whom are believed to have exceptional capabilities with a high intelligence quadrant of over 140, more than the right-handed people. Available records show that there are approximately 708 million left-handed people in the world, with men more likely to be left-handed than women. Some of the great left-handed people include 4 out of the last 5 of United States presidents, like Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. Other great personalities include the world's richest woman and media personality Oprah Winfrey. At NTA, we also have lefties, among whom is business editor Lea Katung Babatunde.
Dad took it as a point of duty to go to the schools to tell them this is the way my child is. Don't force it, don't change.
August 13th is designated International Left-Handers Day by Left-Handers International. It was first observed in 1976, meant to promote awareness of inconveniences facing left-handers in the world of predominantly right-handers. The day also raises awareness on importance for special needs and gadgets for left-handed children and the likelihood for the left-handers to develop mental disorders. In Abuja, Benny Adams, NTA News.
Fascinating. South Poles are indeed a pleasant rarity, aren't they? Now, as part of its corporate social responsibility, the headquarters of the Nigerian Air Force in Daura has taken its medical outreach to Sandama local government area of Katsina State. Sani Basiru has more on this.
The two-day medical outreach by the headquarters of the Nigeria Air Force is part of preparations to unveil the ultra-modern reference hospital of the Air Force in Daura. The medical outreach covers free consultation of patients, deworming of more than 2,000 children, immunization for children with vitamin A, distribution of eyeglasses and treated mosquito nets. Director of Public Health Services of the Nigeria Air Force, Group Captain Ali Tanko, said the medical outreach targets more than 25,000 beneficiaries in Sandamu local government area of Katsina State. Ali Tanko also said for those whose ailments require referral will be referred to the Nigeria Air Force Reference Hospital, which is expected to be inaugurated soon. Some beneficiaries commended the Nigeria Air Force for the gesture. From Sandamu local government area of Katsina State, Sani Basiru, NTA News.
Ingenu is standing by in our Lagos Network Center with a report on efforts to tackle the Apapa gridlock and other stories. Ingenu?
Thank you, Joseph, and welcome to Lagos. Acknowledging the fact that a lot still needs to be done in arriving at a permanent solution, the Presidential Task Force on Apapa gridlock has sued for cooperation from residents and business owners in Apapa. At a meeting in Lagos, the task force assured them of government's plan to perfect the collapse system to reduce congestion. Paul Omukago completes the report.
Seated in this hall are professionals and business owners. The visit of the Presidential Task Force gives them the opportunity to ask questions and make suggestions on how to resolve the traffic challenge in Apapa, while appreciating the efforts of the federal government that had brought relative improvement in traffic management. The group wants the task force to do more in the area of creating easy accessibility at night.
I believe that the task force are doing their best, but there's more that needs to be done.
If they know the owners of those trucks and they follow them up and ensure they get truck parks for their trucks, then we'll have solved the problem 70-90%.
Executive Vice Chairman of the task force, Kayode Okwefa, pleaded for more understanding from them, especially now that the government is working assiduously to reconstruct Liverpool, Creek and Apapa Oshodi roads up to Oworochoki axis.
We have heard from them how we can improve on the night movement, which is which they said is not too as expected, especially from around 10 p.m. And that is also not unexpected by us because that's the time you move a lot of the manufacturing concerns. And we'll work on it and we'll improve on that.
With the Presidential Task Force still having a lot of fine-tuning to do, residents are asking for a dedicated lane which subsidize both services. In Lagos, Paul Mukago, NTA News.
Stakeholders in the aviation industry say the sector will benefit immensely from the African continental free trade areas if airlines collaborate as well as strengthen infrastructural facilities. Michael Olale reports.
Like the ECOWAS Free Movement Protocol, the African Continental Free Trade Area was conceived to expand intra-African trade through better harmonization and coordination of trade liberalization among 54 African countries. To achieve the mandates of these agreements, transportation no doubt plays a crucial role, with the aviation industry in Nigeria expected to increase the influx of travelers above 17.23 million passengers recorded in 2018, according to the National Bureau of Statistics.
Or do we have any airline that has that strength, that has that power to carry our flag beyond our airspace?
The International Air Transport Association estimated that if about 12 key African countries can open up their airspace for increased connectivity, more than 150,000 jobs will be created, an additional $1.3 billion generated in annual gross domestic products. How then can the aviation industry in Nigeria benefit from this expected surge of travelers across 54 countries?
We need to build liquidity of our airlines so that they can be able to acquire more aircraft, develop, expand their routes, grow their businesses so that they can favorably compete.
When you strengthen domestic market, when you strengthen airlines, you improve competition. Once you improve competition, prices will drop, and once prices drop, passengers will fly. And once you have passengers flying, services and frequencies will increase and improve.
The benefits stakeholders believe are enormous if policies are strengthened to enable airlines and their operators thrive. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NTA News.
This is NTA Network News. More reports after this commercial break. Please stay tuned.
Now me I go ask and say, why all of us go pay 100,000 naira? Say your husband, he want do 70th birthday. She now all of us marry up together. When her mama die, she collects money. Her papa die, she collects money. Her mama die, she collects. You remember when she talk, say she wanted her mama dead body. Mama, you too talk. Now you be glad when they dash me credit anyhow. Imagine, 40-year-old dead body. Why you they laugh now? Now try to bring your money. Mama, no laugh. No be you, Jare. Now some apropos customer there when they know they mind their own business. Whoa, I never even begin to give you her gist.
Glow and Maple. Get 5 times your recharge to call all networks. Recharge with *555*PIN#.
Make her sell my market finish first, eh? I will call you back. Oh.
Glow Unlimited.
Here is a very tough guy who knocks out every opponent. But now he's been knocked down by malaria.
Amatem Soft Gel.
Amatem Soft Gel makes treating malaria easy.
Daddy, when I had malaria in school, they gave me Amatem Soft Gel. It's soft and easy to swallow.
Amatem Soft Gel is a game changer.
The opponent is down only in round 1.
Amatem for Soft Gel are good to combat malaria for body.
Available for adults and children. Say no to malaria. Yes to life.
Celebrating something won't happen any other way. Moments will feel joy. Been lost in the moment, the freedom. You will find that's what's celebrating. Bring your moments alive. Find your satisfaction in the nourishing trend and sparkling Valletta.
Valletta sparkling fruit drink. Celebrate every moment.
Son, being good at something requires strength.
It requires pushing yourself. It requires putting in more. That's why the new improved Bornvita is packed with vitality and a great taste.
This is Network News, and we are back in Abuja. The Benue State government says all is now set for the state to take advantage of the United States Agency for International Development, USAID's newly launched Feed the Future Nigeria activity to nurture a business-enabling environment that will promote private sector investment in agriculture. The 5-year $15.7 million agribusiness investment program is expected to reach at least 5,000 small and medium enterprises nationwide and expand opportunities for borrowers and lenders. Representative of the Benue State Governor Samuel Otom says the MOU has already been signed with the Feed the Future Nigeria activity with an office in the state.
That if over 80% of Benue State indigents are into agriculture, and then the only way you can impact that state is to impact that number. Yep. And so it seems that the way that can happen is for those 80% farmers who have a good return on their produce, to guarantee that have a good market. He has also realized that to have a good market, it means that there will be a constant offtake. For constant offtake to take place, you must have a processing arrangement on ground. That's industrialization. He realized that he cannot industrialize your generators, so he must solve the problem of power.
We're deeply concerned about the future, which is agriculture. And the governor who has emphasized the Back to Land program, which is working effectively, is with this, what we have in place here is just act. Is welcome development, is something that we are really happy to partner with the American government.
Let's take you now to Maiduguri for more stories with Naomi.
Joseph, and welcome to Maiduguri. Borno State government is to launch a robust emergency response scheme next week to protect farmers on their farms. Governor Babagana Umara announced this when he received the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar Ibn Umar Garbe El Kanemi, on a Salah visit at the government house, Maiduguri. Muhammad Goni reports.
Professor Babagana Umara said the state government has already procured 80 vehicles fully equipped to enable the over 500 civilian JTF and hunters already mobilized to patrol 30 to 40 kilometer distance from the state capital to protect farmers on their farmlands. According to the governor, the state government will also launch agro rangers under the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps next week in the effort to strengthen farming activities in the state. The governor added that already 75 trained personnel are in the state who will be complemented by about 200 legion and hunters to man the farmlands, and that the state government has requested additional 150 NSDC personnel to join the agro rangers.
God willing, we shall call the expanded security meeting to look into the possibility of strengthening the security architecture with respect to improving the farming situation in Borno State.
The governor equally highlighted the progress made in clearing the Maiduguri-Damboa road to pave way for reopening of the highway to motorists, and directed the chief of staff to liaise with the security personnel to identify black spots where illegal and criminal activities are perpetrated within the metropolis and beyond, with a view to stopping them. Shehu Borno, Alhaji Abubakar Ibn Umar Garbe El Kanemi, appreciated the governor for his passion to improve the lives of the citizenry and addressing the challenges confronting the state. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Goni, NTA News.
The emirs of the Kwa and Bama Emirates in Borno State have applauded the Buhari-led administration and the state government for their efforts in the restoration of peace in their domains. This followed the celebration of Eid al-Kabir with other returnees to the areas after 5 years of being in Maiduguri away from their domains. Kaigama Mustafa Shehu reports.
That was a celebration that followed
The two Rakat fairs conducted peacefully in both Jigawa and Bama Emirates. Sheikh of Jigawa, Mohammed Sheikh Masad II, in a silent message to the congregation, charges people to have courage in the face of challenges of insecurity, which will soon be over. Bama was one of the most hit by Boko Haram, who occupied the town in 2014 before it was liberated by the Nigerian military. 7% of the town was destroyed by the insurgents and was rebuilt by Borno State government with the support of humanitarian partners and NGOs. The monarch, Kari Umar Ibn Ibrahim El-Kanemi, enjoined his people to return home as peace has been restored, town rebuilt, and security enhanced.
We want to seize this opportunity to express our gratitude to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for the coming to the aid of the people in arresting this situation and restoring back to normalcy and giving us the hope of returning back to our domain.
They prayed for lasting peace to reign in the state and the country at large. In Maiduguri, Jigawa Mustafa Shehu, NTA News.
That's it from Maiduguri. Joseph is back to you in Abuja.
Naomi from Maiduguri Network Center there. The Rivers State Command of NSCDC has arrested suspected crude oil thieves and as well as impounded their trucks. Robinson Deratede reports.
8 trucks loaded with crude oil concealed in sacks, including adulterated diesel, arrested at different locations within Rivers State in the last 1 month, were paraded before newsmen. The commandant also paraded 12 suspects in connection with the crime. He says it's resolved to decimate the operations of oil vandals, protect government critical facilities, and motivate officers through welfare schemes are not negotiable.
3 long trucks fully loaded with suspected adulterated AGO were also arrested. These ones are currently at the command exhibit yard.
Mokhtar Lawal appealed for cooperation from members of the public to effectively secure the state from vandals. Commandant Mokhtar Lawal was posted to Rivers State on the 29th of July 2019 from the FCT command. In Port Harcourt, Robinson Deratede, NTA News.
Kaduna Network Center is next on our lineup, and here is Suleiman Abdullahi.
Very much, Joseph, and a warm welcome to the Center of Learning. Governor Muhammadu Badaru Abubakar of Jigawa State has vowed to discipline any local government chairman who fails to promptly report any security threat before it gets out of hand. The governor stated this while receiving the traditional Salah homage from the Emir of Dutse, Alhaji Nuhu Muhammad Sanusi. Awal Muhammad Kazori has the details.
The Salah homage was celebrated in a low-key manner at the official residence of the governor due to early morning rains in Dutse. The Emir of Dutse, Alhaji Nuhu Muhammad Sanusi, commended the giant strides recorded in the agricultural sector and peace reigning in Jigawa State. The Emir, however, decries the increase in the rate of rape cases and called for stiffer penalties to serve as deterrent to others. While appreciating traditional rulers for maintaining peace in the state, the governor reminded local government chairmen of their responsibility as chief security officers of their areas. Meanwhile, Salah festivities continue peacefully across Jigawa State with the traditional Daba to the admiration of all, including the non-indigens. Jigawa State consists of 5 emirates. From Dutse, Awal Muhammad Kazauri, NTA News.
Gonda government area of Kano State may soon heave a sigh of relief as government is already making a move to rehabilitate the only healthcare facility in the area, which has been in a state of disrepair and suffered neglect for many years. Muhammad Rabiu Ali, who visited the village, says that the worst hit victims are women who always suffer undue hardship due to labor.
Our community is 10 kilometers away from headquarters of Ambata local government area, predominantly farmers, but the community has been grappling with health facilities. This is the only primary health care in Gwanda, which was constructed in 2011, now in a sorry state that needs urgent attention. Rukaya Hamza, a mother of two, is one among the women who suffered undue hardship during labor.
I suffered terribly during the birth of my second child. I gave birth in a car. I was lucky to have survived. Some women were not lucky. In this hospital, we have only one antenatal room without facilities. We need government intervention.
All hopes are, however, not lost, as the plight of Gonda is now receiving Kano State government attention.
We're going to send our team to make quick assessment of what we need to do to fix that health facility in the earliest time.
The executive secretary called on all and sundry to invest in healthcare sector as government set to renovate all primary healthcare facilities across the states. Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Still to come in the news after this break is sports. Please stay tuned.
Peace building and the lessons of Eid al-Kabir celebration. This is the focus on NTA Tuesday Live this week. The program every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. promises to be educative and incisive. Don't miss it.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online. Or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can beat the rich.
With heavy hearts but total submission to the will of God Almighty, we announce the passing on to glory of our beloved brother, husband, father, uncle, cousin, and nephew, Akinloye Olusegun Joseph Oyebanji, who slept in the Lord on July 27, 2019. Burial arrangements: Christian wake on August 15 at Akinloye's residence, Kionigbi, Isin local government area of Kwara State, at 5 p.m. Funeral service and Thanksgiving held on August 16 at All Saints Anglican Church, Okionigbi, at 10 a.m. before interment at the church spirit ground at Okionigbi in Kwara State. Rest in peace, Akinloye Oyebanji. Signed, Olubumi Oyebanji, for the family.
Thanks for staying with us. Now let's get to some of the other stories from around the world with Justin Bemwe.
Hello and welcome. Scientists have said Ebola may soon be a preventable and treatable disease after a trial of 2 drugs showed significantly improved survival rates. Reports have it that the year-long Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo has so far killed at least 1,800 people. 4 drugs were trialed on patients in the DR Congo, where there is a major outbreak of the virus. The trial in DR Congo has saved roughly 90% of the patients who received them early in the course of infection. Health officials say the drugs will now be used to treat all patients with the disease in DR Congo. And members of parliament in Mozambique have revised the country's penal code to criminalize digital snooping. Anyone who now gains access to phones, computers, or other gadgets belonging to someone else without permission will face up to 2 years in prison. For those who illegally produce, sell, or distribute non-public information obtained from such devices without permission, the penalty will be a jail term of up to 5 years. In the meantime, as the ECOWAS joint mission meeting comes to an end, the ECOWAS Parliament has pointed out that 6 member states are yet to ratify the ECOWAS protocol on the fight against corruption. And this was disclosed at the end of the delocalized meeting of the Joint Committee on Political Affairs, Peace, Security and Arms, Gender, Women Empowerment, Social Protection, Legal and Judicial Affairs in Ouagadougou. From the report presented by the chairman of the committee, Senegal, Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, Republic of Guinea, Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde are yet to ratify, asking them to do so to fast-track the process. And that's it from here. Thanks for watching.
Justin Bemwe. And now sports. Nigeria cruised into quarterfinals of 2019 Women's Afrobasket Championship in Dakar. Ayodeji Makinde brings us details on